here, and welcome back to another Minecraft building tutorial. So today we are building another traditional style house. These types of houses were usually built in the early 2000s and the late 90s. So let's get right into it and get started right away. So let's start with the foundation. For this, I would suggest using either stone or nether brick. They are about the same texture. Nether brick just looks like a newer foundation. And by the way, guys, I am using the Huntington 1.3.2 texture pack, I think. It's the latest update for it. It's a really great texture pack for if you want to build anything realistic, really. So let's get started. When designing the layout of a house, you want to use odd numbers and center points. Odd numbers will always be your friend when building because they let you have a center point, and they just made for easier symmetry. So this is going to be the center point of our house, so I'm going to build 2 out this way and 2 out this way, which will give us 5. And then let's head over this direction and go, let's say 7 for right now. And go out 7 this way. And let's choose our material for the front. Generally, I like to use a type of stone, so I would use mossy stone bricks, just regular bricks, or sometimes hardened clay, and iron ore, because those are just my favorite textures. So today I'm going to use hardened clay, just plain hard clay. And so this block will be also part of the side wall. So you want to build 2 out from this way, which allows you to furnish the inside and not make a window look awkward. So let's just do this whole layer here. And go up another layer. So we're going to do 3 off, and then we're going to have 5 block wide windows. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to give another 3. Alright. And then I think here will be the doorway, so I want to give it at least another 5 blocks. Which means we need to extend the foundation. So we can give it 3 blocks, and then 1, 2, 3. And add another 7. And so this doesn't look like much yet, but this will be the basic layout of our house. So let's just take a measurement right here. Just for reference, this is 31 blocks wide, not including the garage yet. The garage will go on the side. On this side, the left side. Usually I put them on the left side just for, I don't know, I like the left side. Let's try out this for the doorway. And let's extend the windows all the way up so we get a better view of what our house is going to look like. Alright, let's add just a top layer to our windows. Alright, so this is the basic design of our first floor. Now what we're going to do here is extend out this front part of the foundation, and let's see, yeah, we also want to cut out this part of bricks, because what we're going to put here is a bay window, and I like bay windows because they look pretty neat, and they also add depth to your house. Alright, let's jet out this brick here, also to add some more depth. And let's take a pillar quartz block and do that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Also, for this part, when you have any type of bay window or garage, you can swap out the pillar quartz for a dropper, because my mouse is being really unresponsive right now. But if you place the dropper a certain way, it will look like that, and if you place it just normally like this, it will look like an ATM machine. But this could also be swapped interchangeably with the pillar quartz. Alright. And in between the top of your first floor windows and the bottom of your second floor windows, there should be a 3-block gap. You can make it more if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because it makes the front kind of look awkward. But don't make it smaller than 3 blocks, because that messes up the inside of your house when you go to furnish it. And let's continue this front part out. Let's also finish up this bay window here. So that's the basic shape of that. We can head on and go in and add your window pane. And for this, I usually always use nether fence, just because that's my general preference. But you can use any of the fences in whatever version of Minecraft you're using. And there you go. And for the 3rd floor, I'm gonna give the general basic layout. But because in this particular house, I'm not gonna have the bay window continue all the way up, this 2nd floor window would just be a normal flat window. Make it 5 blocks wide, the same width of the window on the 1st floor. It just makes for nice symmetry, and it doesn't give it a funky look when you have windows that don't line up. Alright, there you go. And now for above the entranceway, we are gonna have you should have the window above your door be the same width as your entranceway, including the door and whatever window you have around it. Once again, for symmetry. And I'm gonna do sort of like a different kind of window. It's technically the same width, just with brick in the middle of it, like so. And I'll show you how to set up those windows soon. I'm just going to remove this brick real quick, just so it gives you more space when you go to add interior to your house. Alright, and for this top part, the layers above your windows should be 2 blocks high. For this one, there's really no exceptions. Because if you go too tall, it's really just unnecessary. If you go too short, your roof will be covering your windows. And once again, it will just look awkward. Alright, so there's the basic shape of the house. So what I'm going to do is add in the fences. And then we'll get started with the side walls and the back wall. Alright, there you go. Actually, let's just do these windows real quick. So what you want to do is take a carpet with the general similar color to that of your pane, like that. And what you're just going to do is just stack 3 of them on top of each other, like so. And we'll put the glass behind it. Alright, so the width of the front, the length of the front of the house is 31, so that for the sides, you don't want a length that's similar to the front, because then your house just ends up being a giant square. So what we want is for it to be about 5 blocks shorter, so it ends up being sort of like a rectangle. So ours was 31, so we want going back to be 26. So let's just count out about 20 right here, or 25. Let's check and see I was 1 off, which it really wouldn't matter, but it's an even number, so let's just make it an odd number at 25. And also, having an odd number measured sidewall helps with the shape of the roof, and it just makes it a little more perfect. So what you're going to do is you can either choose the same stone as the front, or a pillar quartz block for siding. And what you want to do is, I'm just using Road Edit to make this go faster. If you don't have it, you can just place them by hand. And there you go, that would be the basic blank sidewall. And we'll go in and add windows later when we work on the layout of the house. And to cap off the wall, you want just normal quartz blocks going up, so that when you do the back wall and they meet up like this, you don't have this ugly whatever that is, white squares showing. It's just a nice, neat way to do the corners. And we're just going to mirror the same on the other side. Alright. For me, the side walls are usually plain with a couple windows and maybe a chimney. But that's about it. They're not really important. The back walls and the front walls are usually the most important when it comes to shape and windows. Let's just cap this off here. Alright. Actually, now that I look at it, you could make them the walls this length, but I'm gonna make them just a little bit shorter because it seems too much of a big square for me. So I'm gonna take 5 blocks off. Let's see how that looks. And I'm gonna take off 3 more. Just because it's still too big. And really with these measurements, guys, as long as they're an odd number, they should be fine. No matter how big you are, but you don't want the sidewalls to be longer than your front and back walls, because then that gets really awkward in how they look. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, and we'll put the corner back on. So yeah, with these measurements, it's trial and error. Especially the sidewalls, they can be custom to whatever you like. Why are these an even number? Well, I'm just gonna fix this real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, now they're 19 blocks, and there's your sidewalls. Alright, let's get started on the back wall. The back wall you may take some time with, just depending on how you want it. So one we do here is count 5 blocks off. No, yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And then I'm gonna build out another bay window for the back. Once I need to add depth to it, because the back wall is usually flat, and they don't have this part that juts out here. Alright, so I'll make this 7, it's nice and big, because here is probably where the dining room will go. And like so. I'm just going to build up this wall. Alright, we got a big flat empty wall. Let's cut this part out. With me, the back walls usually line up with the back windows usually line up with the front windows, but it could be whatever you want really. As long as the second floor is about the same as the first floor. But here, a 7 wide window would be too big, so I'm just going to do a 5 wide. Alright. And let's see. The front door's here. So about 5 blocks off. Let's have our front door. Our back door. And this again is going to jut out like that. Just a little bit, not as much as the other window there. Just enough. And then we're going to have a 3 wide window coming off the side here. Above each another 3 wide window. And that's the back wall. So let's add our fences. Alright. I'm just gonna take out the stone here, because that's gonna be replaced with the flooring material. Alright, now I have to put on the top part of the window, and we'll add the roof. Start getting into roofing. We'll probably finish the roof in the next episode, because it tends to get a little complicated depending on the shape of your house. But just to start it off, let's pick some roofing materials. You always want to take a quartz slab, and I generally like to use cobblestone slabs, but you can also use the red sandstone slabs depending on what color you want your roof to be. Alright, so for this quartz slab, the quartz slab is there to be sort of like a trim under the actual shingles, and will always go on the top part of the block below where you want the roof to start, if that makes any sense. Yeah, there you go. That's actually a little too round for me. Let me flatten this out here. That looks better. And let's see. I'm probably gonna want a little overhang here, just for like rainy days or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Here, we're gonna have a roof like that, and then over here we're gonna use slabs for the roof. Whereas over there, we're gonna be using stairs. Just because if you use slabs, there would be like no slope at all. But here we can use slabs because it's a very wide section of the roof. If you have any questions about what I'm saying with these measurements and stuff, just leave a comment down below, and I'll hopefully answer them for you. If I don't, that's probably because I'm busy with school. You know, I have school and stuff. Alright. So let me just get my stairs of the same material as the slabs. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing this on a server so that I can have the world edit access, because it just makes the videos go faster instead of having to place each of those wall blocks individually. And with the stairs, just place the upside down stairs underneath the roof, and for areas like this, just place it like that. And now let's get into figuring out how to set up this section of the roof here. The roof, just like the walls, tends to be trial and error. So let's just have that. Alright. And as you can see, underneath each of the slabs, the layers of slabs I'm placing another slab, just that if I didn't, it would look like this, and it would just be awkward with this block here. And if that block wasn't there, it would just be a giant hole. Pretty good. If you wanted to, you could make the roof taller, which would make it extend further into the stairs part. But that looks pretty good. For over here, just gonna make this slab go across. And get the general idea. That's gonna go all the way up. And for this back part here, it's all gonna end it's going to end all in one big slope. I'm going to try to help you visualize this because I'm getting ready to wrap up the video here. I'll finish up with the sidewalls and the roofing. And I'll probably finish up this house in the next video, which will be the inside layout, the windows on the side, and the roof. But this whole back part of the slope here, so what's going to happen is it's going to meet in the middle, which is somewhere around here. The whole back part is going to be one big slope, whereas in the front, it's going to be a slope that connects up with the stairs and the slabs here. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to start heading up like this to start helping with the pitch. Alright, and the last part for the video today is putting some roofing on these two parts that come out here. Alright, looks pretty good. For this, it's just gonna be a simple sort of wraparound type thing here. And I'm gonna get this to come in like so. And that's about it for today's tutorial video. The next video will be me finishing up this house, and hopefully this weekend I'll start a new house. Once again, the resource pack download will be in the description. That's about it. Thanks for watching.